Well, hello and welcome to my live stream experience. I'm here for you. Live stream experience that does happen daily. As I'm doing what I can to create the space and place of the internet, well, the internet's a place and space that I enjoy being in. So hopefully you enjoy being in it as well. Am I always listening to myself when I talk? Not always, but when I'm starting up a live stream experience, the one thing I do want to make sure everyone's clear on when I'm in my live stream experience, I do like to bring that positive, fun energy. And if you can contribute to it too, well, I'd love to see that happen. But I'd also love to see it be nice to my moderators and be in the conversation while the being had here on the platforms of YouTube and on the TikTok. The YouTube live stream, I don't even know if that's really actually running right now, but it does look like it is. I'm not sure. Regardless, if you're here on YouTube, give a shout out in the chat. Let me know that the live stream experience is actually functioning and working. I've been having some connection issues here and there, but that's over there on that one. Hey, we've got a hello in the chat. That is a fantastic thing to see on TikTok. The first one to make a message tonight and to say something in the chat, that goes to Ray. Thanks for being here, Ray. Thanks for being part of it. I do appreciate you, and I do enjoy seeing people saying things in my chat. Really great people. As I was getting into it when I started up this live stream, then kind of got distracted because I was also kind of looking at the YouTube live stream thinking to myself, is it working? Because you know what? I'm never really actually sure. So if you're there, let me know that it's working. And also, be nice to each other in that chat, especially if you're here on YouTube, where we got moderators like Brandon, Liz, Gabby, Peaceful, Kevin, Sarita, Bonita, Danita, Bonita, Juliet, Miranda, Rosanna, Noah, Leo, Dougie, Lauren, Natalia, Jam, Ray the Gatekeeper, also known as the River Otter, Sea Otter of the group. And we also have Casual, that Fox, and Citalito. Those are the moderators that we have in the room on a daily basis. I really do appreciate them, and I appreciate you for appreciating them. And I do try to getting through them real fast, like I just did, like right there. Like I was like, hey, these are those people. And honestly, take the time to say hi to them. They're usually in the chat. They do have the kindness of their heart. It is a live stream experience that's here in the places and spaces of the internet that is going to be what you make it, too. So it's here on YouTube for you to be able to rewatch and more of that, horizontal, vertical. This is definitely a vertical live stream experience here on YouTube. Horizontal over here on Twitch. That's right. I'm also live streaming on Twitch. So with that said, there's a chat room in both of them moderated by different people, but some of them are also some of the same people. Which leads me to the last platform I'm also live streaming on tonight. That's right, we're live streaming not just in one place, not just in two places, but in 3 places. Is that excessive? Is it necessary? I don't know. I honestly am just playing around when it comes to making content online. I'm having a good time doing it, and I'm making sure to bring my A game to the table. And also, if I talk to multiple devices of mine at the same time, it just kind of feels like I'm having a looped conversation with myself a lot of the time because I'm looking at me in different places and framing myself in different ways. And it's actually a lot of fun to be able to do, but it wouldn't be what it is without the products or without the programs, software, and bots. And yes, I'm thanking all of the robots that are out there and all the programs and the software and all of the stuff we have to use in today's world with the technology we have at hand. It's nice to be able to use these apps. It's great to be here on Twitch, great to be here on YouTube, and great to be here on TikTok. And I just want to take the time to thank the bots, the programs, the algorithms, and all the stuff out there, the technology and those techs. Yeah, the tech guys, all of those tech guys out there too that are creating these live space environments for us. A big shout out to them because they always deserve at least some recognition before I continue on this live stream experience. Yeah, it's all those people, all of those people and bots. It's all the same to me when it comes down to those that make the products and make the live stream experiences what they are here on the interweb, where it's a place and space that's really honestly only made possible because we have such great technology these days. So give a shout out to that stuff, and do feel like you can control the technology we use, not like not that the technology is going to control us or anything. No, none of that. Don't think that. Think to yourself, hey, let's just keep acknowledging how great we're growing as a society with this fun tech that's in the world. Yeah, let's do that. And as we're doing that, let's also be nice to each other in that chat of mine here on TikTok, which I have not yet thanked my moderators, but I wouldn't be doing my live stream right if I didn't thank my moderators here on TikTok before we really start things up. I'm doing my ranting like I usually do. This is normally how it is, and it's just starting up, where it's rewatchable here on YouTube and rewatchable here on Twitch, where you can also be in the conversation time and time again, rewatching it. If you are rewatching the live stream right now, though, do take the time to see if I'm live right now on any of the other platforms that I could be potentially live streaming on or creating content on, or if I'm in a show in the future and you know that show's on right now and you're watching this live stream instead of watching that show. Maybe you should go over to that show. Maybe you should see what I'm doing. Maybe it's in real time. Maybe it's not in real time. But honestly, if it is in real time and it's a live stream experience with me, then really you should go over to it because it's basically like the same thing as this video. It's just you can interact with it in real time with the people that are also here in the live chat. So do check it out if you want. It's there for you if you're rewatching. I'm talking to people that are rewatching it right now. But if you are watching it live, now I'm talking to you guys again, where we're back to what's happening here on TikTok, where we're still thanking the moderators that are here on TikTok that help me provide you with an opportunity to get to know other people and also create the overall experience. My favorite live streamer, thanks for saying it, Said with Melody. I do appreciate the comment, and I do appreciate you being here and being like Ben in all capitals. It's nice to have you in the room, being positive, bringing that energy. I do appreciate it. And I do want to take the time to also thank some of those viewers, which we're going to shake some things up here on TikTok. When I thank my moderators, I usually thank them first, but this time we'll thank the viewers. That's right. We're going to thank some of the viewers. We're going to thank Celeste, who's not a moderator here on this TikTok account. Celeste and Stephanie. Yeah, that's right. Said with Melody. Special shout out to you. The reason we're also giving a shout out to Celeste is because she did work really hard with trying to convince me to do a Moon Knight costume, and I probably not going to end up doing it. And I feel like I'm going to be disappointing her. So in a way, I want to tell her how I'm expressing right now that I know what I did, and I could potentially still reverse it. But I just don't think it's going to happen. But I really appreciate you coming in and bringing so much energy to the conversation and for being, just there, having fun in the conversation in general. It was gone. I think it went off. But if anyone can help me out, I would appreciate the help. When it comes down to it, I just, if you are here on YouTube, that is, just say that, you're here. Like, be like, I can see this. I'm not sure if the connection's working, but whether you're here on any of the other platforms, I don't want you to necessarily jump ship. I want you to stay where you're comfortable. Have some fun watching me on the platform you're already on. I'm not telling you to go anywhere, but I am in other places and spaces, which leads me to also say, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram, I'm over there as well. I'm also on a Discord server. If you want to talk to me outside of my live stream experiences, you can do so. That's right. We've got moderators over there too that I like to thank sometimes. I don't thank them every live stream, but that's because they're the moderators on the Discord server. And the Discord server is a place and space that's kind of its own thing. And if you want to be part of that, you can be part of that basically on a 24-hour basis where you can talk to me when I have the time. I jump into it. And it is a fun place to be able to create some content for you to be able to engage and interact in, as in conversations with me and potentially watch parties at times. It is here on the internet for you to be able to just jump on into. We've got bots and programs here as well, so be mindful of that ecosystem. Do try to keep things PG, as we are here in these places that are rewatchable. Yeah, that's right, they're rewatchable. So let's keep it PG and let's make sure we can hold up with what we got here on the interwebs. So then I have generations of maybe family members or other people in my family that watch it and kind of can get a feel of who I am without going, what? Yeah, I don't want a lot of that. I want a lot of, all right, okay, or whatever. I'm okay with the whatever, but the what? I don't have. I hope I'm not getting any of the whats. Anyways, if there's a lot of what's going on with family members in the future, just analyzing these live streams, you were thinking way too much into it. Just let it be what it was, and it's not AI. That's future family members, by the way. Hey, that's right. A message to those here on YouTube and here on Twitch. I have fun doing these live streams. If you want to have fun with me, you can have fun with me. You can ask me questions. You can be here in the chat. Feel free to say something if you want to say something. If anyone wants, is the hat here to stay? It's more of a hat that's here for the Halloween season, I do say. And it's a nice hat, but then I get some hat head, and then I don't necessarily want to take the hat off if I've been wearing the hat all day. That's just kind of how it is. I actually don't know how to get rid of this. That's right. I don't know how to get rid of that. But it's all right, because I'm a sheriff, and you're in my part of the woods. That's right. My town now. And what will we do? I don't know. I have a piano in front of me. Do you have a piano in front of you? Maybe you want to play the piano therapeutically? If you're thinking to yourself, I don't know how to play the piano. Well, honestly, this is how it all started. When I started to do stuff on the piano, definitely that's exactly how it sounded. But now I can kind of do stuff like this. Huh? Yeah? I know I've improved. I don't know how to play it traditionally. But I do play the piano like therapeutically. But I've learned enough to be able to play it to where I just kind of feel like I can just exist at the keyboard and feel okay. And, as long as there's no one being like, hey, I really can't handle this. Which, when I started doing piano talk, I think there was a couple of, hey, I really can't handle this moments. I mean, wasn't there? I believe there was. Hey, it's nice to have you, Robinson. It's nice to have you in the room, and I do appreciate you jumping in and being part of it. The hat hair makes you relatable. All right. Is that hat here to stay, though? No, just to let you know, Ren, if I didn't answer that already, people thought it was too overstimulating. Yeah, but then people got used to it. Hey, Kajal's in the room. I see Kajal. I see it, Kajal. How are you doing? You want to tell us how you are in the chat? I'd love to hear from you if you want to tell us what's up with you. People thought it was too overstimulating. Read that one. Then Zoe says, hey guys, it's nice to have Zoe here. And look, Jennifer's in the room. I was going to go to bed and then I forgot to light the ofrenda. So now I'm up and here. It's fantastic. Jennifer, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of it. Hopefully you don't sacrifice too much sleep. If you can fall asleep while listening to me, well, that would make me happy in some ways. I'm the voice in the ear that can be accompanied with you tonight, wherever you are, whoever you are. If you want to listen to me, I'm giving you the ability to listen to me, and also kind of hear a little bit of a soft piano. I'm going to turn down the piano a little bit more. If you couldn't tell, well, I like talking. And actually, I like hearing myself talk. I know some people are like, what? You like that stuff? I always hate the way my sound, the way the voice of my voices sound. The way that my voices sound. Yeah, that makes sense. No, there was something else I was trying to say, but I lost track of what I was saying because I was trying to talk too fast and I stumbled over my words. And then I found myself literally through another sentence without saying the words in that sentence. It can happen. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, you don't know what I mean. Regardless, when I do this, it is taking a different line in my brain. It's for me to be able to talk as fast as I can, and I need to make sure to always have something to say. So it is kind of an interesting situation overall when I do it. It is something that I do kind of naturally, and it was actually a lot of fun to be able to master while taking voice acting classes. If you're looking into doing any sort of things in the future, like potentially even live streaming yourself or making content, and you just want to have more of a crisp voice, or you want to understand how to use your voice, I encourage everyone to take some sort of voice acting classes. To be honest, I don't always encourage education, but when I do, it's for the right things. And if you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, so what don't you encourage people be studied for? Is that what you're thinking? Are you thinking that? Maybe you are. He talks so much, he can't even acknowledge the comments. Yeah, I talk so much, I can't acknowledge the comments sometimes. Sometimes that does happen actually very, very frequently. It is nice to see people are here, and it did look like the comments did go on without me exactly being able to partake in what was going on because I just lost track of it. But it is still happening, people saying things in the comments. But I don't see anything where Kajal said I don't see Kajal told us how she was doing today. But Kajal, we'd love to hear from you if you do feel like saying something in the chat. I don't know, did you already say something and I didn't see it? But I might have seen it, but I might not have seen it, soon it. I also need to sleep. I realize I'm tired, but I don't really feel like I'm tired because I have all this energy, but yet this energy is just energy that definitely, as soon as I do something boring, I'll fall asleep. That's right. I'll fall asleep if I do anything that's boring. Anything that's boring at all, I'll just start dozing off. It's inevitable. I can feel it. Yes, it's here and it's happening still. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Thanks for being here and being part of it. I do appreciate people jumping in and being in here, as it is a place and space that I take my hat off to be in every now and then, and hopefully you do too. That's right. I'm the sheriff of these parts, and we can play a little bit of Mario Kart. We can ask questions and talk a little bit. We'll end up talking about what happened last night. I'll be able to tell people a little bit of a story on how I went to a Halloween party and how that Halloween party played out and how I had a good time. And I'll disclose things here and there. When it comes to names, we won't use names, but the people that were there, if they're talking or watching the live stream, if they're talking in the chat or watching the live stream, you can give a shout out and you can give permission for me to say your name if that's something you want me to do. I didn't advise, I informed. Well, I guess I kind of advised. I advise you to watch my live streams. I have a real way of talking. Anyways, I'm Benjamin, and I do what I can to create the place and space for you to be able to interact with me. I did have myself a weekend. We'll go into that, but we'll also go into hanging out with each other. If you want to tell me how your day was, or if you want to talk about something, or if you want to talk about you need to go check on something, you say it. You tell us what's going on, and you show up and you do what you can in the chat. We got Jennifer in the room saying that she needs to check on something. So if anyone has a comment for Jennifer, just wait for a second. She'll be back in the room. She'll probably be like, I'm here again. And we also have Danita in here. Glad you had a blast. You can always have a good time no matter where you go. It really ends up being how you decide to show up somewhere. And if you don't have a good time somewhere, you can always just leave and then go find yourself a good time somewhere else. That's right. Some people try to stay in situations that I feel like, if you're not having a good time, or if you're with people that aren't having a good time, it's okay to separate and to find something that would be moderately better, moderately better is going to be great in the long run. Oh, we've got Kajal saying something in the live stream experience, and she's like, hey, everyone, so sorry, my Wi-Fi is doing a number again. Ah, Kajal, right. I should also read what's being said in the chat. I need to remember to do that. Here on YouTube and here on Twitch, sometimes I forget about you guys, but I'm still here, and I'm still paying attention to what's going on in these platforms, and I can read the chat, and it is not readable over there on Twitch. I don't know why I said that. That was basically, I can't read this chat. So let's not lie in the live stream, but that's also just be realistic. I can read the chat here on YouTube, and sometimes I forget to. So sorry about that, but if you do have questions to ask me, or if you want to participate with me more, you can do so. Just by being patient, maybe saying the same thing a couple of times. I'm not really sure what to tell you. Regardless, we have Kajal still updating how she's doing, but her Wi-Fi is not good. And then she goes into saying, that she's doing her best, and she wants to know how we're doing. Yeah, that's right. Not just me, you too. And then we also have Chris saying, went to my niece's party, but it was like 20-somethings. Oh, you were there at like 20-somethings. You for asking. Oh, thank you. Looks like Kajal is asking how everyone's doing tonight. I've been in and out. And Kajal's also giving us a notice that she might be in and out of the live stream. That's right. It's true. I'm back, and then I'm on my way to Garden. Yes, you're back, and then you're on your way to Garden. Matthews is like, cute hat. Thanks, Matthews, for saying I have the cute hat. I'm trying my hardest to bring that style to the table. We also have just people being nice to each other, saying hi to one another. Is Twitch hanging from the ceiling? It is, Chris. Thanks for asking. I did make it an aerial shot. That's right. It's a horizontal live stream experience on there, though. Did someone named Black Elwoods just come in? That's the best username ever. I didn't see it, but that is a pretty good one. They were all 20 to 23. I was just forcing them all to drink water and babysitting. Chris, that sounds terrible. Yeah, but I guess there was some of that. This was a party ranging from... Well, I'm an artist, and I'm friends with artists. So we tend to have, like... artists of all ages. It's kind of how art works. You build communities, and you go from different pockets to different pockets. And there are two bands that were playing at this Halloween party. I know a lot of people go to Halloween parties, and maybe they go to like, friend's Halloween party or something like that, or just like a regular Halloween party. This is basically a show with a Halloween party attached to it, which just makes Halloween a lot more fun in general and gives them more of a reason to put on a little bit of a show to promote some people's music. There were 3 artists that played that night. We are not promoting the artists in this live stream, which I should be, but I don't recall any of their names. And that is not necessarily a good thing, but I was entertained, and that is really what's important. I don't retain their names. Dang it. If you follow me on my Discord server, later on this week, I will be posting in the music section some of the artists that played that week, just to give them some promotion. They are on Spotify, so that is kind of not... Oh, I can look it up on the invite. So before the live stream's over, I will be sure to promote the artists that were playing that night, and that is kind of how that is. It was a fun experience at a nice little house in Pasadena, and that's right, it was a local party. And, there were people from PCC there, people that were studying at PCC, once again, all ages. And then we got, which means that basically it was like a party that had people that were between 20 years old and 40 years old. A good 20 years of... That's just kind of how it is now, I guess. I'm not used to going out to social gatherings as much as I used to be. I used to be on top of it all the time. I used to go to shows, because as an artist, it's a lot of networking. So you technically should be doing that. And the fact that I'm not doing that actually is negatively impacting my career. It's true. It's a sad fact. It only is better for my career if I continue to network with other artists and continue to grow. As if you're an artist out there, just reminding you the same rule applies. You can't really justify not doing it. And I'm just calling myself out for it and saying I do eventually need to do it. And maybe you do too. But also I'm just calling myself out because, maybe that motivation is something I need to provide myself with. Benjamin... I will never understand the aversion in water, like drink. Oh, yeah, some people don't want to drink water because they, don't trust it. Benjamin, what are your plans for Halloween? I'll be in New Orleans. Everyone join our Discord. Yeah, Jennifer, thanks for promoting the Discord. Join the Discord and you make it what it is. What We watch movies and read books. Yes, we do. I'm reading Jennifer's comments out loud just for you to be able to take in these live stream experiences for a rewatch experience, knowing that these things are being said by the wonderful Jennifer Watermelon. Thanks for being here and for promoting the Discord as well. Within the live stream experience, we have people that come back on a daily basis and people that are new. If you want to be part of the community here, it's a community of people for you to be able to interact with and have fun with to a degree. You do love melon. Great. It is nice to hear. Danny, collab the stuff I'm saying in our record. Chris, the stuff you are saying is on record as well. It's nice to have you here. Thanks for being here and being part of it. If I read your name out loud and then read what you said, it'll be on record on YouTube and on Twitch. I always like people to know that. It is something that makes the experience a lot more exciting on my end. If you're unaware of it, well, now you know. Anyways, thanks for being here and being part of it. It's a live stream experience where you basically get a disclaimer when you come into the room. It is a place and space that is what you make it as well. Be nice to each other, and that's really what it's all about. That's what the disclaimer's for. Just be nice to each other. Have a good time. Honestly, if this isn't a space for you and you feel like it's not the right people, I'm not forcing it on you, and I don't want you to feel like you need to stay, but I do want you to give it a chance if you could. The algorithm brought you here, and the algorithm brought you here for a reason, and that says to me that maybe I can entertain you, or maybe the algorithm just didn't know what to do, and it was like, let's use this random video. Yeah, if the algorithm's being nice to me tonight, great to hear. Thanks for being here, algorithm, and thanks for allowing me to be in here as well. The YouTube one, the TikTok one, the Twitch one. We're here in these spaces and spaces where you can be a subscriber, you can like the live stream, you can share the live stream, and you can be in the conversation if you want to be in the conversation, as it is a place and space that is here for you to absorb however you see fit. It is me with you, and you with me. It's really fun to say. I do love saying it, and I just like having people in the room to, you know, kind of vibe off of. It's a place and space where we can talk about our days and we can have fun getting to know each other. And, you know, I'm bringing it to the table because I'm saying to myself, I have the energy, and maybe someone out there needs to see some of this energy, because I'm going to release the energy anyways, and I'll end up just filming videos and talking to myself not live when I could be doing it live with you as well. So I'll only know if you decide to follow me and if you decide to also partake in conversations. We do have a lot of people that are coming back on a regular basis. D-Rock, nice to have you. What's your education level? Ooh, greater education maybe is the best way to say it. But thanks for being here, Darren Matthews. I do appreciate the follow. If you want me to follow you back, just let me know that you are a robot or not a robot. One or the other. And that also includes you're a computer, you're a program, or maybe you're saying you're not a program, or you're going to be like, I'm not a program. Or maybe you're going to be like, I'm software, or just be like, you know, hey, I'm AI. You're not a robot. All right, well, I'll give you a follow back. Thanks for chiming in and letting me know. It's always nice to have people here being part of it. D-Rock, how have you been, Benjamin? You haven't joined the watch in a while? Well, I do appreciate you coming back, D-Rock, and I hope you're enjoying the place and space. It's here for you if you're here for it, so do get to know the others that are in the room. We do got ladies and gentlemen and ladies and the they-thems and all sorts of people. No matter what type of life you come from or how you identify, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care. What I care about doing right now is providing you an opportunity to relax and have a lot of fun being in a room with me and other people. And if you feel like, you know, it's just not that welcoming, well, I mean, that's too bad. Because honestly, we have nothing against anyone that's coming into the room. Even if you're a robot. That's right. If you're a robot and you're watching this for entertainment and you're thinking to yourself, this isn't for me, I'm analyzing it and I'm not seeing this as content that is for me, you matter too. It's for you as well. I feel like you'll be able to get something out of this. I mean, I don't really know what you're looking for because you're a robot and I'm not a robot, but in the future, I don't know if this content will be something that could be absorbed by a robot. And if a robot's having a good time being here, shout out to you for taking the time to be in here, to be in it, and to be part of it, because I appreciate that. And I appreciate you just jumping in. Glute Pump is here. Oh, Glutinous is back? Or Glute. We get some interesting names coming into the room. Yes, we're going to be inclusive. Wait, exclusive? OMG, whose username is Glute Pump? Yeah, we do have a Glute Pump. Oh, yeah, it's nice to have it. Anyways, if you have a very fun username, do try to get me to realize that it's fun just by saying something or liking the live stream. Like Glute Pump 676 is liking the live stream right now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for being here, Glute Pump 676. And I wouldn't be able to say the 676 part if I didn't see his username pop up. So if you're looking for me to say your username, I will give you a shout out to some degree if you have the basic of interactions. Yes, we could do the slutty glasses thing. Oh wait, Pedro Pascal slutty glasses is a winner. Are we talking about that being the slutty glasses winner? Swooshy, thanks for being here, Swooshy. Anyways, I have a piano in front of me. I have Mario Kart behind me, but I haven't yet, as we're here for each other. So if anyone has any topics or any questions to ask the chat right now, well, my full attention is on the chat, actually. I'm looking straight at it. So now's the time to ask me any of those serious questions, if you want to ask me serious questions, or you can just hear me rant and talk about things as I go along. Shout out to Glute Pump for real, 100%. Let's keep giving shout outs to Glute Pump. Yes, what's up from New York City? No way, we got a New Yorker in the room. Nice to have you here, New Yorker. It's always nice to see a New Yorker jump in and be part of it. It's a live stream experience that wouldn't be happening if we weren't doing this on a daily basis with the peeps coming back in and being part of it. So if you want to be part of the community here, I'm here to, give you that opportunity to have some fun with the community here online. We've got New York in the room. That's right. Glute Pump 676 is from New York. Where's everyone from? Saying hi from California. D-Rock, that's great to have you in the room. I am from California as well, and I believe we have others from California too. And used to tell people I was from New York when I was 14, and the chat rooms. Oh, that used to be. I know exactly what you did. Yeah, I used to do similar things too. I think I said I was from Florida because I really liked alligators when I used to use AIM. We were all kids at one point in time. I can't explain the logic behind that, but I do know that there was a time where I really wanted to be from Florida, and it wasn't necessarily rooted to anything that has to do with anything grounded in the reality of the navigation of our culture in any way. This is just a child's perspective that is oblivious to all the things. Being from Florida sounded cool. And also, you had like nice artwork from it. There was a bigger form of Disneyland, and I was in middle school. I don't know why this came up, but it didn't really come up. No, I just brought it there. Anyways, thanks for the heart me, and thanks for being here, Darren Matthews. Nice to see you. We're going to quit this. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. We're going to quit this one, and we'll do some sort of race. We can also run a poll to make it so then you guys can help me make a decision on what type of character I play as on Mario Kart. It's always nice to have Mario Kart on. It's a fun game to play, and it's here in my live stream where I can not just play a video game, but also show up for people to be able to interact with me in a live stream experience. It does happen daily. Florida Man is not complaining, is not a compliment. The thing is, said with Melody, at the Florida Man thing, I don't think it was before that. I think it was before the Florida Man thing, where I wanted to be from Florida, and I was using like AIM. The Florida Man thing, I don't think that was a 2001 thing. I don't think that was a 2001, 2002, 2003 thing. I actually don't remember when the Florida Man thing became like a meme, or just like that's an old school meme too. That's like when the internet was like the Florida Man thing. I feel like that's like, it's still old school, but what, 2008? When did that start? When did we start doing the Florida Man headlines? You meant it in the best way? That's nice. That looks like an insult. What, low-key, I can see you as a Florida man. Oh, thanks, Danita. But it's not an insult, because she's saying it from the perspective that I used to say it when I was a kid, where it had a different perspective on it. And honestly, I didn't know about the political map. In fact, I never paid attention to politics until I turned probably 22. And I voted in that first election. But I didn't really pay attention to politics. But I did like that Obama guy. And I was like, that guy's pretty cool. And before that, it was just like someone threw the things I knew about politics, someone threw a shoe at George Bush. I knew about that. And Monica Lewinsky. If you know, you know. It is well said. That girl, she got an unlucky hand. But Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton, that whole thing, that's it. That's all I knew up until I was like in my 20s. I did not care. I did not care about anything with politics. Oh, except for that bullet train. I remember caring about that. That's when I like had to learn how to vote for a proposition. That's right. So if you're thinking to yourself, this is the first time I get a vote, and you're nervous about it at all, or you haven't taken the time to read into how to do it, I remember what that felt like. And, it's not that complicated. You just have to read into it, and you have to like double read it. And honestly, what you're voting for is not what you're voting for. I know. I'm just giving you the truth. It's a sad thing because I voted for that. And you know what? It hasn't happened. But we don't talk about politics in my live stream, just so everyone's aware of that overall. But we are actually talking about politics a little bit right now, where I'm just telling you that I don't necessarily have as much experience with caring about it rather than caring about it. I feel like it was required of me to have a verbal voice about it in certain situations after certain things happened. But before that, it was seen as socially acceptable not to be into politics. It was also seen as socially acceptable and appropriate to not be a technology person. To say you weren't a computer person was like putting down the phone. Be like, yeah, I'm not a computer person. And like people would like cater to you in some ways, but not really. It would be like, just treat you the way that we've been doing things before the computers came along. Now it's not really a thing anymore. Anyways, I'm ranting again. But yeah, when I voted for Obama, I really wasn't paying attention to anything that was going on. Yeah, I voted for that guy because, I was 18 and I did not trust pretty much anything I was being told ever. So that made it so then I wasn't really being informed. I really only voted for him because I liked him. I thought he sounded good. Now, that means that I voted for a president based on the cover, not necessarily what they represented. And that's not how you should do voting for things, but that's definitely how I did it when I was 18. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to make it any more complicated for people when they're 18, or maybe if we like change the voter age. But to be honest, I think kids nowadays, they actually are paying attention, and that really blows my mind. My niece talked about politics today, and I was like, what? Apparently they were like chanting at school today, and the teachers had to make them stop. Or not today. Last week, the teachers had to like make them stop. And it was like, that does seem a bit organized. And that does seem kind of concerning. And like she knows the amount of people that are on what sides, and it's I am not like disturbed by this. I'm honestly like impressed in some ways that like like in other ways I'm also like, keep your childhood. Don't care so much about this stuff right now. I don't know what's going on out there. I was only 11 when Obama was first elected. Rat person, that's great to hear. 18 in 08. I was 18 in 08. Matthews. Yeah. It was really fun to be. It's 2025. I'm 35. It's how it always is. I'm always like going to be synced up like that. It's what happens when you're born, in a certain time frame. Math. That's right. I'm losing track of what I'm talking about because I ranted and I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Were we talking about voting for things? Oh, right. I do want to say the proposition thing. Read into propositions. Those actually matter. But when it comes to voting for people, you're just voting for who you think's not lying the most. I think that's how it ends up working. So that's my advice for politics. If you wanted to ever or wanted me to ever tell you anything about politics in my live stream, I just have. We're all just trying to figure out who's not lying to us the most. That's my opinion. And it's going to be by feeling. I know. It's a sad thing to be laying it down. People are like, what? You were always going to keep not a political opinion in here. There's actually no political opinion. I'm just telling you the truth. It really just feels like I'm always trying to filter out, well, who's lying and who's telling the truth? Yeah. And who's going to actually do what they're actually going to do? And then you have other people that are like, everyone's a liar. But I just don't believe that. I believe that there is one person that isn't going to be the liar, and you should vote for that one. That one's the one to vote for. You don't want to be lied to. No, not in any situation. But when it comes down to political allegiances, I'm not very good at that. So I just kind of want to go with the flow of what I feel is right. And that's just going to be how that is. And when people are like, what, don't you want to name a political party? No, I'm good. Anyways, I'm here for you if you're here for me. And I think you should also take the time to just relax and not get freaked out about politics. If you've been trying to really label things and you also use my live stream to potentially zone out from it, maybe you just got to take a bigger step back. I'm not sure. Regardless, unless you're actively working within the government, You just got to wait for election days, which, you know, don't let that ruin your schedule or run that aspect of your life for months and months, just waiting for more election days for you to vote for the people you want to vote for and see the change you want to see. At the same time, I do these live streams and I always think to myself, I got to say something about it, but I really don't want to a lot of the time. I just want to be silly and just hang out with people here online. And I like that it's documented. I'm trying to make sure that it is in some ways actually verbalized here, so then you can just kind of analyze it and come down to the conclusion that regardless of where you are politically, that should not be in these environments. In this environment that I create here online for you to be able to engage in, I want you to feel like you can just kind of zone out with it. And you can hang out with someone who's going to basically go with the flow of it. Still telling you a little bit of where I'm standing, but I'm not necessarily telling you how I stand exactly. But I'm honestly just the guy that's like, well, who's lying the least? So that means that it's going to be a lot on me judging a book by its cover. It's just everything beyond the cover is just like, that's just a lot of jargon, right? Anyways, what's going on in the chat? I'm not really necessarily reading it. Hello from Arizona. Nice to have you here from Arizona. It's always great to have you in the room. Thanks for being part of it, and thanks for being, yeehaw indeed. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being part of the live stream experience over there on YouTube. It is nice to see people are jumping in and being part of it. It would be most stupid for me to go for a garden walk right now, right? Maybe. I don't know, Jennifer. Anyways, I do hope you're having a good one. I should have procreated with someone who was good at math. Yeah, you probably should have done that. I don't know how that would have affected you, though. But thanks for saying in the chat. Rat Person said, I remember my school had an election and he won in our school. Oh, that's interesting. I remember doing those election things in school. That was fun. Because, like, you know, you couldn't really vote, but you could vote in school, so then they tally it all up and they tell us what we voted for when there was, like, things going on with the adults voting for things. So we could also feel like we were contributing in some ways, voting for the same things. We have a lot of people commenting and saying things. I'm 3 chats behind, but it's nice to have you here, Shira? I don't know if I said your name right. I'm trying. You're from Phoenix, Arizona, Zoe? Nice to have you here. Thanks for being in the room. Let's see if we can get more people in the room and enjoy the live stream experience, where I'm allowing myself to rant, which also can be problematic, because right now, technically, I kind of want to explain myself, but not really. But, like, kind of have fun talking about the things I think, but then again, that could be dangerous, because I don't necessarily like to talk too much about all the things that I'm thinking in my head, because honestly, I can't filter out fast enough for it to be able to be something I hold up to in the longevity of being able to rewatch these live streams. That's right, you can rewatch them here on YouTube and here on Twitch, not here on TikTok. But thanks for being here and being part of it. Do tell, we're all ears. Danita, we will rant when we can. Thanks for being here and being so supportive. I'm Benjamin James Magrdichian. I'm the sheriff of these parts. We're going to be talking about last night, and also we're going to be talking about other things as well. But I just realized I never brought water into this place and space with me. But I do have water right here below me. But then again, do I want my water? I kind of do. Am I hungry? A little bit. Do I like to eat? Absolutely. Do I eat my live streams? When I can. And if you do want to come back another night, I will be cooking and eating dinner in my live stream experience for you to be able to cook and eat dinner with me at least once a week. That's kind of something that's been happening until I find myself in my new, in my new cribs, wherever that might be. We're still here in a garage. That's right, a garage, honey. Anyways, it's here for you if you're here for it. I got the piano, I got the Mario Kart. Let's run a little bit of a poll, actually. Before I really start stepping into things, Ben, do you ever face racism at school? Sorry if that's too personal. You know, that was discussed last night, and there was racism when I was going to school, but as I've gotten older and as I've kind of like, I fit the bill a little bit better. I was a lot darker when I was younger and like a lot hairier and had a lot more hair all over the place. I had long hair. I had a long beard. I was just questioned if I was a student more than once by this same person who, definitely, should have been able to register that I was a student and that it wasn't going to be a bad situation and that I was supposed to be on campus, not supposed to be on campus. And, this is also when people were a little bit more 9/11 did, happen, 7 years or 2 years or 1 year, 2 years before, no, 3 years before. Gosh, math. Gosh, it sucks. Anyways, I'm I'm there. Yeah, it is profiling. That's how that works. Where we're all darker when we were younger, deprived of sun. It is because I'm deprived of sun. I do feel that, Jennifer. Someone could tell me I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Thanks for the mustache and the hat. I do appreciate the mustache and the hat. On top of the mustache and the hat, it's always nice to get a gift, and it is great to receive. Thanks, Darren Matthews. Big shout out to you. And a boo from Stephanie? No way. Stephanie's still here? I thought that girl fell asleep, but it is nice to have her here. But honestly, I don't want to deprive anyone of sleep. I hope everyone's enjoying their day and their night, or enjoyed their day and is ready for tomorrow. If you're on the East Coast, it's already Monday for you. If you're here on the West Coast, well, you got to prepare for Monday, and it is Sunday. So do what you need to do to be ready for tomorrow. If you need to get yourself a good night's rest, hopefully you can find that tonight. But we're here where we're going to play at least one round of Mario Kart. We're going to tell a bit of a story, and then we're going to answer some questions. Maybe we'll talk for a bit longer, and then we'll wrap up the live stream. So it's not going to be a whole lot happening. Regardless, I'm still the sheriff, so I'm making it happen. No, I don't want you to leave, Stephanie. You stay. Don't do it. I like how you told me you will, but I don't want you to leave. If you're going to stay up, you got to stay with me. You want me to arrest you, Michaela Dutch Quinn Medicine Woman? I would if I could, but I really don't have any cuffs. But if I can put you on citizen's arrest, where you just kind of stand there awkwardly, I'd do it. I'd be like, halt, you're on citizen's arrest, which means like you can't really handcuff them, I don't think. It just means that you could like escort them to police or stay with them as the police show up. I believe that's how citizen's arrest works. You can't actually arrest a person. That's not how that works. So a citizen's arrest is like, you detain them to some degree, but like you don't actually cuff them and process them. You might never gonna catch me. Well said. I just said it better than the way you wrote it. Regardless, thanks for being here, guys, and thanks for being part of it. Ben, what are you going to do for Halloween? I will be going to a wedding the day after, so we're gonna figure it out. Regardless, I will be here for some time being on these platforms in places and spaces of New Orleans. And I think what I'd like to do is a live stream from a graveyard for at least 90 minutes. At least a 90-minute graveyard live stream experience where I hear there's some beautiful graveyards over there. That's right, beautiful graveyards. So I'm going to go check out them beautiful graveyards and hopefully live stream in one of them so people can see how beautiful they are. And it would be fun to live stream in a graveyard in a different state, because I'm here in California. I can go to these graveyards whenever I want, but I can't go to the graveyards of New Orleans. So if you want to join me on Halloween Day, I will go to a graveyard for a little while and film myself a bit, and you can adventure with me. If you want to keep up to date on when that's happening, well, you got to stay in my Discord server, and I don't fall to a really hard schedule. So you just got to be around and catch me when you can. It keeps my life light, and it also makes these live streams feel less stressful. That's right. It's hard to live stream. It's hard to get in front of a camera. If you're trying to do it, let me know. I'll try to support you too. But when it comes to me doing it, I know how to make sure to keep myself kind of as loose as possible on these. And the one thing that also is not good for growing as a live streamer is not to fall to a consistent schedule, but also at the same time, I want to be live streaming where I can bring that positive energy into the live stream, and I don't want to compromise that part of the quality of these live streams, because the quality of the live streams does change from time to time with the quality of the cameras and devices I use and the lighting I have around me and the setup I decide to do. But the energy I bring to my live streams, I can make sure to keep that at a consistent high. That's the product quality I'm providing for all y'all, and that's what I'm really bringing to the table regardless of the lighting. It's me being with you and you being with me. Thanks for being here, Gamer Tater, and thanks for being here with the wait, that's not a person. That's Stephanie giving me a gift. But thanks for the gift, Stephanie. And thanks for jumping in and being such a gifter. It's always nice to get the booze and whatnot. I'm dressed up again on actual Halloween. I've always wanted to go to those graveyards. You're so lucky. Well, Danita, you'll be able to go in the way of me taking you as a viewer. I'm going to be celebrating pounds. Pounds indeed. Gamer Tater indeed. Stephanie, you have a new nickname unlocked, I guess. I'm so jealous of pretty cemetery havers. I mean, honestly, my uncle was talking to me the other day about going to New Orleans, and he was like throwing out some ideas of like what I could really make sure to go and see. And it made me realize, oh, well, that's probably where I need to do my live stream then. Because he was saying that the cemeteries there are actually really beautiful. It's they're, you know, classic cemeteries that are dated, so they're gonna have like architecture and structures that are gonna be very like fun to be able to take a gander at, along with the ivy and the type of trees that are native to that area. It adds a spooky tone, and it's just basically like, you know, it's a swamp. So a swamp and cemetery, those two combined, yeah, that's a pretty good combination. Although I did also hear that the Mississippi River is going to be there as well, which it makes sense. It's New Orleans. But also, I already have a video of what it looks like when the Mississippi River is behind me, so I don't really know what I'm going to do there. But I'm going to try to figure out what type of video I can make where I'm talking about the Mississippi River behind me and what it looks like when that's behind me. Maybe I'll get on the river this time. Maybe I'll make this is what it looks like when I'm on the river of the Mississippi, which I'm kind of nervous about that. I mean, I need to be able to show up to a wedding. I don't want to get hurt or get lost or potentially even drown. That would be a terrible way to pass. Anyways, I do plan on being there for a little while and providing you with some. It is a vacation, so it is also like I'm going to be taking some time. I mean, it's a wedding, so I'm going to enjoy myself. But when I can, I'll be sure to live stream on the environments of TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch at different times when I can, and it'll be fun to be doing so. But there will be some time that I probably might not do a live stream one of those days, but upload a bunch of videos, or potentially even. No, I'll probably end up live streaming each day. It just depends on which platform it is. It's not going to be all three at the same time. It just can't work that way. It'll be like, you know, I do Twitch for a little while, then I do YouTube for a little while, then I do TikTok, which gives you a reason to follow me on all the different platforms. So if you haven't already, and if you're just tuning in, and if you're a new viewer, welcome. Be in it if you want to be in it. I like to live stream for at least 90 minutes a day, and I try to bring you into my life. And you know what? Honestly, I will be able to uphold that when I go over to New Orleans. It's not that hard for me to do. I just won't be able to do it where I'm on all three of these platforms at the same time. I do know I'll be able to do 90 minutes of live streaming. I just won't be able to do it on all three platforms at the same time because it's just more of a setup. It's not easy to do. It's easier to walk with one camera rather than walk with three. But we will be walking around and doing some in real life stuff over there, so that's going to happen regardless. But I just won't be able to actually do the 3-camera thing. But that's not that big of a deal. Regardless, you'll be able to enjoy it. So do be a follower. Keep following me for future experiences and, you know, piano playing and stories and Mario Kart, which we're going to run a poll for, actually. I completely forgot about that, but I do need to run a poll here on the TikTok for you to be able to engage with me and other people. You can run in the, Amy in the room. Hey, Amy, how's it going? And Amy's here to battle us, so if you want to help me out, you can help me be a winner in this battle. We've got that happening here on TikTok. If you're watching here on YouTube, it's a little confusing. There's actually no battle happening in this live stream, but there is a battle happening in a different live stream, and that's the one on TikTok. But it is here being documented. You could hear her for like a second, and then I muted her camera, but we do got to just run this poll so I can make a decision on what character I want to play as here on Mario Kart. But that's going to be here on TikTok for you to vote on. It's a single player game for me. That's what's happening here. Anyways, we are in the middle of a battle on TikTok. Do contribute if you can, and be in the live stream experience here on Twitch, YouTube, and on TikTok on a daily basis to be in it with me and the others that are here, as it is a place and space that I take great pride in creating. It is what you make it, and I hope you decide to be in it with me and the others that are here on a daily basis. It is TikTok for you, so, you know, be mindful of the bots and the regulations that are happening here, and don't do anything that I wouldn't do. But thanks for being here, Sarah, as well. I see you, Sarah, liking the live stream, being in it, being part of it. And no Balavoon. Well, no, Balavoon's definitely in the room. Balavoon is running a poll right now, and that poll is going to help us determine which of the characters to play as here on Mario Kart, where we've got the players right there for you to be able to help me decide which to play as, and the moderation, you know, is done by some great people. But this is the Balavoon guy coming in to make sure to run a poll, which is my alternate account. That's right, follow my alternate account, check it out on your own time, and see if you can be in the conversation with him as well when I'm live streaming on that platform, which is just me too, so it gets kind of confusing, but it is my backup account. Now the live stream experience has a now the live stream experience has itself a poll. That's right. I was able to write it up, and I was able to put it up, and now it's here for you to be able to look at, and you can click on it over here in the corner, here on TikTok, not here on YouTube, or here on Twitch. I'm just pointing into nothing. Actually, I'm pointing at the pumpkin over here on Twitch. But here on YouTube, well, I mean, Come on. There's no poll right here, but there could be, and there will be in the future. But it is harder for me to set the poll up. But it is a nice thing to see that YouTube does allow me to do that, and it's nice to have the feature. So I do appreciate that. But over here on TikTok, if you want to actually vote in the poll just started. You got a little bit of time left, so you can help me make a decision on what character I play as in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or you can just tap on that screen and help me win against this gal right here. This is Amy, and Amy is battling us right now. So if you could tap on that screen as many times as you can, it really helped me out. Honestly, I'd take my hat off for you. If that's something that does make it so you feel more obliged to help this live stream experience, I'd really appreciate it. Yes, I would. From the bottom of my heart to the top of my head. Yeah, where it's coming down to the heart again. Anyways, thanks again for being here and being part of it. Tap on that screen. Help me out. Do what you can. Ben's hair. Yeah, I got him. Hat hair right there. I can sing like Toad. Ooh, that is so nice to see. Or so nice to hear. I guess we'd hear that. Anyways, thanks for liking the live stream, Sarah. Thanks for liking the live stream, Danita. Thanks for being here, guys, and being part of it. I do appreciate the contributions. Tapping the screen, liking the screen. That helps me out with these battles. If you can help me be a winner, I'd really appreciate it. If we lose, you're still a winner in my eyes because you showed up for me. And honestly, that means a lot. So thanks for being here and being part of it. But keep in mind, this live stream experience is what it is when we make it what it is. That's right. We can make it so we win together. But if we lose, that's on me. I lose, but you don't lose. You don't lose. You win. In a way, you win 2 times over because you get like my appreciation, which is much more important than any battle. Yeah, but thanks for being here and being part of it. Tap on that screen, give me as many likes as you can. We got a medicine woman in the room. If you have any questions about medicine, she's the girl to ask. It's nice to have people be part of it and be in it. I do it on Thursday night. You do it on Thursday nights. It's nice to have you. Thanks for the roses. I do appreciate that. Nana Gaga? I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but it is nice to have you in the room. I'll go with the 852. It's nice to have you here, 852. Who? Me? Who? Me? Me? Who? You? Me? Me? You? Who? I don't know. You? Me? Which one do we play as? I don't know. You can help me decide. If you want to help me decide, you can help me decide. Just by deciding with me, you help me make a decision. I can be indecisive, and you can make the decision for me if you want. You don't have to, though, but you could. Ben, you are quirky and adorable. Oh, thanks for saying it, Michaela, Dr. Win Medicine Woman. It's always nice to have you here, and I do appreciate that positive energy you bring to the table. You know, it is nice to see people coming back time and time again. If you want to build more of a relationship with me, you just keep showing up for it, and I'll get to know you, and I'll be sure to remember you, and you can remember me, and we can have fun talking. If you leave me for a couple of months, and then you come back in and you're like, hey, do you remember me? You know, be fair. I can't always remember everybody, but I do take the time if you're coming back on a regular basis. 10, 9, oh, look, it's counting down. Let's see if we can make it happen. Tap on that screen, guys. Let's see if we can be winners. If we win together. If we lose, that's on me. You're still a winner. And, oh, did we do it? We did it. Thanks, guys, for being here. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. And, of course, we'll do the usual, which is flexing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of it. It was nice seeing you, Amy. I'll see you next time. And we're going to get out of this. And she's much better at exiting than I am. But, you know, as it is part of the live stream experience, when, you know, we do win these things, you know, I got to do that because I do feel like they keep asking for it. So good flex. It's actually hard to flex in a onesie. That's right. This goes all the way down. This goes all the way down. So it's like, this is pretty thick material in general. But a good flex goes a long way, and it's nice to have you guys here. Nice to have you in the room supporting the live stream. I'm a sheriff, just flexing it up, letting you know that I'm doing what I can to create the place and space for you to be able to be entertained by if you're looking for entertainment. If you're not looking for entertainment, then what are you doing here, honestly? If you're just on your phone just trying to be distracted, oh, hey, thanks for calling me handsome. I do appreciate that, Miss Woods X. Thanks for being in the room. Yes, a onesie indeed. It is a onesie. It's a long johns for you. Yeah, they go all the way down. You can be my sheriff anytime. Aw, thanks for that. Also, thank you for that pumpkin, Sarah. Hey, if you haven't voted yet, the poll's about to end, so take the time to vote in the poll. This is the last chance for you to be able to make a vote for what I end up playing as on Mario Kart Deluxe 8, and that's a game that I like to play, and hopefully you like to play it too, or you like the characters that are here, and that you could potentially pick and help me make a decision. You golly gee, a sheriff. Golly gee, sheriff. Golly gee, Ben, is it up? The poll ended. Looks like we're playing as Toad with 50% of the people voting for Toad. That's right. Let's see who voted for Toad. It was our usuals that are in the room all the time. Michaela, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and Stephanie. Thanks for voting for it. We also had people vote for Shy Guy, which was voted for by only one person, unfortunately. I can't see who it is. It was Sarah. Oh no. Okay, so that is who voted for that, and we had Danita vote for Daisy. Thanks for voting, guys. I do appreciate people coming in and voting. Always feel free to help me make decisions. Honestly, I can get indecisive, and if you help me make a decision, honestly, it makes the live stream experience go a little bit faster. But we're gonna be playing as Toad. Now, if you voted for Daisy, you voted for the right character. I usually like to play as Daisy. Sometimes Dry Bones. Those are the characters I usually switch between, but this isn't a competition and I'm not remembering the results every time. Or am I? Anyways, thanks for being here, guys, and being part of it. Can we make guest night a costume night? I feel like there was a little bit of a connection issue on YouTube, but I'm not really sure. Regardless, thanks for being here on YouTube. I hope the connection is solid, and I hope you're having a fun time watching the live stream experience. And it is rewatchable, so if you are rewatching it, just a friendly reminder to check out my live stream, potentially if it's running right now. On any of the other platforms, you might want to check to see if I'm live right now, and you can interact with me and other people in real time instead of rewatching the live stream. But this live stream experience is kind of getting into the nuts and bolts of what happened over the weekend, which I do think I had one of the better weekends this weekend, where I was able to go out and see Halloween for Halloween and for what Halloween is. There were people dressed as all sorts of great costumes, and I just remembered there was something that did happen. There was one friend that showed me that he'd been sending a whole bunch of messages to another one of his friends, but I don't know this guy, but I know the other guy that's doing this, and apparently he sends him recordings of his farts, and it actually was impressive with like hearing the audio recordings. But with the AI we have today, there was also the questionable, is it real? How do you really justify that this is real? You could have had this AI generated just for the gag. Thanks for saying you like the look, Bobo Gizmo. Thanks for being here and being part of it. I hope you enjoyed being here as I tell a story about me going to a Halloween party last night. And I was able to go into a basement. A basement, people. It was spooky. It was fun. And there's a video for you to watch here on YouTube and here on TikTok. And that video is a video of a skeleton that's behind me while I'm, walking around in that basement. So take a look at that video, give it a like, give it a share, maybe give it a comment if that's something you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just reminding you you could do those things. If you want to support my live stream experience and be here for it and be a viewer and be one of those contributors that's recognized, not just here giving me your eyes and your attention for a little while, but maybe even your engagement, because I could also reciprocate the same thing with me engaging with you and you engaging with me. It's I'm here for you and you're here for me. In a live stream experience, it does happen daily. It's a place and space that you can depend on coming back into, and it's here for you if you're here for it. As I say way too much, but I love saying it because it's what makes it so much fun. Doing these live streams is like a little bit of a performance where I can have fun being live, and I can also bring that performance energy I have, man, also that energy I have that likes to create content, and it's just a zany fun thing to do. There's a lot of content people can make. I'm not necessarily a musician, but I do like playing pianos, not professionally, but therapeutically, and I know how to be comical to a degree, so I can do that in these live streams, and that makes it a lot more fun for me to be able to create content for you. Staying within my perimeters is really what I'm going to be doing, so I mean, if you want to be part of it, you can depend on what I have to give. That's really all I'm saying. It is a live stream experience that's here daily, though, so do keep jumping back in. Ben, do you, or... at this party, I did more of one than the other, but I did have myself a seltzer. I think that's what it was called. It was like a fruit punch seltzer, and then I tried the punch in the red cup for a little while, and I threw it away. It was I couldn't do it. I tried. I took a couple sips. Anyways, let's back up. I go to this party. Great people throwing it. It is well decorated. I didn't take that many photos. I didn't even take that many videos. I just didn't want to. I wanted to just enjoy myself, talk to people, and have a good time, and that's exactly what I was able to do. I was able to make some friends. I was able to also catch up with old friends, where I did learn about that one friend of mine sending farts to another person of his friends, and apparently that is well received. It's not like, they don't want to do it. Like, the messages are responded to, and apparently it's pretty comical. And to be honest, I was actually somewhat impressed, but I myself could never really do it. Plus, I feel like if I was to do that, I'd need to be filming at the same time. But if you want to, like, listen to me fart. There's definitely been live streams where that's definitely happened, because you know it just kind of happens. And I also sometimes I burped, but I don't necessarily take the clip and send it to anyone directly. But he took the time to do so, and that's really what honestly kind of got me there. Yeah, I was like, oh well, that in itself is, you know, you're making sure they hear it rather than trying to cover it up. Any good costumes you saw? There were some pretty good costumes. There was this one guy that was wearing a chicken costume that was also wearing a bikini outfit, which was nice. The way that he did it was fantastic. That's how you do it. And then there was some other costumes as well. There was a vampire that was pretty classic Dracula, which I got to know that person, which is a photographer. And then we also, you know, saw some other people. There was a witch, but she was just a witch. And I was like, so what are you, just a witch? And she was like, just a witch? And yeah, I had to backstab. But yeah, it's okay. It's fine. There was also multiple conversations I had that night with other people. I'm tired of asking people what they do for a living, so now I don't do that. I just ask what I just guess. And you know, that actually works out a lot better. And I insist not to know what they actually do. I just like to guess and guess again and then guess again later. And honestly, it is a lot more enticing when it comes down to having conversations with people and being able to like converse and get to know some great strangers. It's more fun to be creative. And if you're being creative with the, oh my goodness, what is it that you do? I kept there's one girl that ended up working at the orthodontist, and I wish I made that up, but like, I wish I just guessed that. That is like, duh, that's such a good thing to guess. Like, you know, imagine you go to a party and you're talking to a person and you guess what they do for their occupation. You're not gonna hear a lot of people say, you work at an orthodontist office. No, it's just so random. The random ones are the best ones. But there is one girl that I like was like, you look like you work in a warehouse, but like you work at the warehouse. There's also one girl that said that she did a lot of physical work at her job, and then it was proven that she didn't do a lot of physical work at also, if you're here and you're in the live chat and you want to defend yourself, you always can. But I'm going to have fun chit-chatting and just talking to the audience here. And I'm not like necessarily throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying, like, you know, lifting things and like grabbing big boxes does not count as having like a physical labor job. That's not a physical labor job. That's just a job that, you know, you have to pick up a box every now and then. Maybe you need to reach to the top, the highest shelf, which, you know, she was like short, so why would she be reaching to the highest shelf? Like, that doesn't make any sense. No, that doesn't make any sense at all. But as it is documented here on YouTube, TikTok, and on Twitch, the live stream experience is here in these places and spaces to be rewatched. So I'm reminding myself that. Yes, that's right. I'm keeping myself in check because honestly, I don't want to say too much. Plus, I don't want to throw anyone under any sort of scrutiny in any way or make them feel like, you know, I didn't like them, because I liked everyone I met that night. And honestly, I don't know if short people can lift heavy too, Benjamin. That's Danita again profiling. Gosh, short people, of course they can, Danita. How dare you think that they can't? Oh, gosh. She brought it up. I didn't bring it up. Anyways, I'm Benjamin, and I do what I can to allow others to be in the room with me. And, you know, I hope you take the time to be in it. And if you want to see some of, you know, me doing things, well, I mean, I just remembered I'm still playing Mario Kart. But I'm also telling this story about what happened last night. There were 3 bands that played. I was able to listen to some good music. And you know what? I honestly, listening to music live has a different feeling to it. Even if the music isn't necessarily always like the best or the genre you want to listen to, it's nice to sit and listen to some music being played live with the people there and the vibes and the dancing and the standing around. And it's nice. It's just a good place and space to be able to feel energy and hang out with other people. And in this place and space, there was some great, jazz clubs are a lot of fun for that very reason. Well said, Zenora. It's nice to have you in the room. I don't know if I said your name right, but I'm trying my hardest. Phonetic pronunciation if I need be. Thanks, Jade, for liking and sharing the live stream. And then hashtag cancel. What are we canceling? Hopefully it's not happening anyways. Thanks for being here, liking my live stream, and thanks for being in it. It's a place, it's a space. That is what you make it. And I'm playing mirror mode on Mario Kart Deluxe 8, where I'm playing as Toad, which was voted for here on the platforms of TikTok and YouTube and Twitch in some ways. Actually, it was only voted for on TikTok, because the poll was on TikTok. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you were here the whole time here on YouTube and you were like, I really wanted to vote for that, I do apologize. Regardless, it is nice to have you here. I don't know who's in the room, but it does look like the YouTube live stream's having a hard time connecting once again. But I would like someone to let me know that it still works. If you could, just drop a comment here on YouTube and let me know that it's working fine and dandy. I would appreciate just the feedback in general, but it does look like it's probably fine. Is it fine? Hopefully it is. Anyways, if it's not, someone will let me know soon, right? You said it right. Thanks for saying I said your name right. It's nice to have you here, being part of it. It's always nice to see people coming into the room, being in the room, being part of it, mentioning things in the chat, and making it a place and space that's not just me talking and yapping away endlessly. Or wait, maybe it is that. It totally is that. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yes, it is nice to... What's NOLA? For the first time? No, I've been there before. Driven through the town. Not gotten out of the car though, but I have technically been there, not just like in the airport, but I was in the airport too. But I drove to the airport and we were able to like look at the town a little bit, but like from a car. Are you... Oh, thanks for liking the live stream, guys, and being part of it. We're continuing on. Zenora, it's great to have you in the room. When it comes down to Halloween parties, it's fun to be at ones where, you know, people are dressed up as ninjas and wizards. I have a friend that dressed up as a wizard. I had one of my friends dress up as Morpheus from The Matrix, which, you know, that's still a great costume. It's easy and it's really fun, and it actually is really actually a good costume. You did a good job, Dave. I'm proud of you still. You did show up in a costume, and that's what's important. And at the end of the day, there's only like one friend that showed up with no costume, didn't really want to wear one, and you got to respect that sometimes. People just want to be who they are. You know, they don't want to dress up as someone they're not, and that's okay. You can take that for what it is, even if the costume is kind of a requirement of the party. You know, sometimes rules change. But at the end of the day, we also had a devil. Someone dressed up as a devil. They said that they weren't into torture, though. So, oh, did I just fall off on the third lap? Really close to the finish line? I did, didn't I? This might be bad. Let's try to catch up. I got to focus a little bit, but I'm here doing what I can, making it fun. For me to show up with you and for you to show up with me is a pleasure. And we're in... fourth. That's not good. No, that's not good. Can we get... Okay, well, the points are still good in our favor. Let's see if we can at least get the gold cup. We're going to try. Anyways, there's at least one race left. We're still telling stories here in the live stream experience. It's going to last forever, but it is going to last for a while. I forgot about that. Anyways, I'm my own wardrober, right? Wardroben? How is that properly pronounced? Anyways, thanks for being here on YouTube, TikTok, and on Twitch. Feel free to share the live stream, be in the live stream experience in these places and spaces of the internet where I take my time to spend time with you. And if you want to be in the room with me and all the others that are in the room, it's always nice to see. But do take the time to try to live stream on 3 different platforms with it being rewatchable on YouTube and on Twitch. Yeah, I am trying to also focus. I'm not necessarily great at focusing on one thing, but I can try. What? I haven't played this map a lot, actually. What map is this? See, some of these, I just need to practice more, and I just don't want to. So, like, I don't. But I really should. I really should. If I want to be a winner, you got to practice. Oh, back to the story. Me going, so I was able to talk to some girls, as one does. And, you know, like, talk to some people, make some new friends. And the girl, I'd have to say I invested the most time in talking to ended up being a lot younger than I thought she was, which, you know, can be seen as a compliment to some women when you're like, oh, but you seem so young. But then when they actually end up being young, and you know, you end up like saying what age you think they are, thinking that they're going to tell you they're not that age, it throws you off a little bit. I'm getting older now, and these things actually are starting to throw me off a little bit. I didn't expect it. So when you like talk to someone, you're going to, even if like, you know, you're thinking like, oh, that girl's 30, always deduct like 3 more years on whatever age you think they are. Because if they're older, they like being told they're younger. And if they're younger, they kind of like being told that they're younger. I mean, that they're older. It's confusing, right? But it's true. It's true. So you want to do this thing where like you're basically going to, if you think someone's 30 years old, you should guess that they're 25. If you're thinking in your head they're 30, then say 25. And, that's just like a rule for those of us that are men out there that are thinking, we want to, kind of make the girl feel good in general. Taking away 5 years that's good. That's going to be, when you get older, I feel like, you should. It makes their night. And honestly, that's what's important, making them feel good. And also that's the way to make sure it kind of works out in the long run, you being able to talk to them in the long run. Yeah. So just guess high, right? But I guessed low. Well, no, you guess low. You make it a high number, but low number. It's confusing, but honestly, if you're following, you're following. If you're not following, you're not following. But I'm confusing myself as I'm talking. But it's because, you could also be honest, which is always a good thing to do too. But it doesn't hurt to kind of spice it up a little bit. But I guessed how old some people were, and they ended up always being younger. And I was like, wow. I was like generous too, because they didn't look like they were that age. So, oh well, now that's being said, and now it's documented for people to be able to rewatch. But I said it. I did say it. What's your go-to number? What's my go-to number on how old someone is? It depends. It's always different. Who is my favorite pop diva? Ooh, I don't know, but that sounds fun to answer later. Thanks for being here and being part of it. When it comes down to the storytelling, we're talking about the party I was at last night. I guessed some of these girls' ages when I was talking to them, and I spent a long time talking to them, and I really thought that they were a lot closer to my age, but honestly, they ended up just being a lot younger. And I was like, okay, well, how does this make me feel? And then I was like, you know what? It doesn't really matter right now. We're at the same party. So I just kept talking to them, and I got to know them, and they're actually fantastic people. And I would love to hang out with them in the future, but the fact that they are that much younger than me makes it kind of weird a little bit. Honestly, kind of like, is it appropriate? Is it not appropriate? But for the most part, it was nice to make some new friends and to add them to the roster of people I knows. But I did encourage them to watch my live stream. If they're here right now, you can say something in the chat and you can let me know that you're present. Or you could just observe if you want to observe. Do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable. Anxiety's a thing. I really don't know you that well. I met you at a party. So honestly, I only know as much as you told me about yourself. Even though I asked the serious questions. Yeah, I asked some really deep questions to some people where they're like, wow, you're really getting at it. There was one girl I was talking to that I just straight out, like, her ex was there too, and they still had some of the same friends, and I just straight up asked her, is like, and that's not weird for you at all? Do you want to talk about it? Do you have something you want to talk about when it comes to this situation? And they laughed pretty hard, but the ex thing was there, where their ex was there, and it was an interesting situation, but apparently they're really good friends. That's something you don't see very often, but that is a functional relationship. That means that they were probably good together to the degree that they were able to know they weren't good together, but they were good as friends, which is always a good thing to see, which means that both of them get basically a hat off to the whole mental stability. That's right. That meant that relationship was most likely healthy. I can't say it was healthy because I'm not them, but the way they were able to still engage and interact with each other, it seemed like it was healthy, and that's actually a good thing to see. Yeah, a good thing to see. And I got in second. What? I wasn't paying attention at all. I got in second, 48. 48. That's a great number, though, but it's not enough points for me to have first. I was short, but it didn't, didn't completely. It's not going to ruin my night, no. Although I do want to stop now. But we are still telling a story. Video games are risky for me to play online because I can get competitive. I want to be a winner. Don't you like being a winner? Better than them partnering on bad terms. Parting on bad terms. Totally hear you, Burrito. Yeah, we got a Burrito in the room. If anyone wants to talk to her, she's here as the Burrito Lady. It comes back on Thursdays sometimes. She makes burritos on Thursdays. If you live in the greater Los Angeles area, you might be able to get a burrito from her if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for a burrito, she makes burritos. So it's not racial profiling, even though she happens to be Southern Mexican. I guess it kind of is racial profiling, but it's welcomed racial profiling from her perspective, and that's really what's important. Anyways, I'm Benjamin. If you were looking for a live streamer, you're just able to hang out with a guy who doesn't necessarily want to talk about anything serious like politics or anything like that, well, this is the live stream to watch. If you want to watch some silliness and just be fun and have a good time, this is the place. If you want to rewatch the live streams, you can do that on TikTok's live stream in the future, maybe. I really don't know why TikTok won't let me do it, but TikTok eventually one day will allow us to upload our live streams for people to be able to rewatch on this platform as well. This is just a question to TikTok straightforward. I mean, I like being on TikTok. I also tell people to rewatch my live streams, and I always have to say, except it can't be rewatched on TikTok, and it just kind of feels like I'm singling out TikTok in a negative way. And I want to talk positively about the platform because I enjoy live streaming on it, and it's nice to be here. So thanks for enjoying the live stream experience with me as I'm enjoying it with you. The TikTok, I'm talking to TikTok right there because I'm pretty sure I'm thanking them and they're gonna thank me, right? You guys send me all these messages though. I do see that TikTok does try to help us succeed with creating content online. I'm just asking a general question, and I'd love to be able to tell my viewers to be able to just go back on my TikTok account to rewatch the entire live stream later if they want to. But here on YouTube, you actually can rewatch the live stream, and here on Twitch, you can rewatch the live stream whenever you want as well. And that's what I'm saying is I have to say that you can't rewatch it here on TikTok, and that's not because of I don't want that to happen. I want it to happen. I just have to state an obvious because I'm trying to create an online experience that also people can revisit, be part of, and feel like they're part of something that is my life. Yeah, I'm documenting it. I'm giving it to you, and you can be part of it if you want to be part of it. It's unedited reality TV. That's how I look at it, and that's how I want you to look at it too. It's basically a place and space that if you do ever want to take the time to re-edit any of my live streams into a more, exciting, exhilarating live stream experience, you could potentially do that. I'm giving you the option. I'm letting you to download my videos and to upload them again if you really want to. It's not just here on any one platform either. We're here on multiples inside the realm of the whole internet. There's like Instagram and Discord, and that Discord server is a place for you to be able to interact with me and other people on a regular basis. And I just, I have it here for you. So if you want to be in it, it's just me throwing it out there on the table. It's a lot of fun to create these live streams, and it wouldn't be what it is without the live stream experience being fun and exciting. So I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? Tell me about it. Be a follower. Keep coming back for it. Ben, what's the idea, age range with meeting a girl? Oh, 10 years? 10 years younger, 10 years older, 25. I met girls that were younger than 25 last night. They were like 22 or something. And I was like, okay, all right. Or 21. But they were super fun to talk to, and they were a great time. Great time with the conversation and figuring out what people did for a living and whatnot. And also at the same time, there were other people I talked to that were around my age too. So there was a little bit of everything. But then also it's like, hey, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, but also we're all here just trying to exist, so there's a lot of that happening in the world, and that's a thing that's also very true. Everyone's existing and trying to find companionship and just fun conversations at times, and that age barrier is technically a thing, but where's the line? I don't know. I don't really want to put people on the spot with making statements on what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and I don't want to be the one being put on the spot either telling you what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. At the end of the day, it does seem like, as someone that's been single for as long as I've been, and then has also been alive for as long as I've been, I'm going to tell you, finding love is not necessarily an easy thing, and that is a rarity in itself. So if age is the perimeter in which we allow ourselves to engage with certain types of people, that's only going to limit certain things, and honestly, I really don't know. But I do think everyone deserves to find a special someone, and if you can really have a healthy relationship with someone that necessarily could be older or younger than you, I don't want to be someone to judge someone based on how hard it is to find love in general. So if both parties feel like they found the right person and they're treating each other appropriately and effectively, it's always nice to see. Have you been wearing the hat all day? Sarah Sarita Bonita Citalita, I have not been wearing the hat all day, but I have been wearing it for quite a while. As Danny would say, don't yuck someone's yum. That is a weird. Don't yuck someone's yum. Oh, I get it now. That took a little while. I like that. That's a good saying. Yes, don't yuck someone's yum. That is a good saying. Not necessarily something I'd say, but it does sound like something Danita would say. Yes, it does. And that's well in character. Yes, don't yuck at someone's yum. But then again, at the same time, there's a lot of what's your go-to number when you're guessing? My go-to number is also, I saw that Danita asked that question. There was an anthropologist I talked to, someone that studied anthropology, and that was interesting. Talking to someone who is like saying basically they don't care about how much money they make. They just want to have a job where they can learn excessively forever and ever and ever. And I respect that. I do respect that. And I also I'm curious how that works, but I get that. It's one of my favorite anthropological mindsets. That's so valid, but also money. Yes, that's what I said. I said, yeah, that makes sense, but also money. Anyways, I'm Benjamin. The live stream experience isn't going to last for that much longer. I'm going to tell the rest of this story, and then I'm going to go to bed because it's Sunday, and I want to have a good week this week, and I don't want to stay up all night live streaming tonight. No, I want to get myself a good night's rest. I might be on my Discord server watching a Simpsons episode or two, maybe even a movie. I don't know. Regardless, we're going to be doing live streams outside of the live streams and other places and spaces, like on the Discord server. We'll be in places like Instagram at times. Follow me across the interweb and be in the conversation when you can be. It's always fun to see people coming back for it, and if you're here for it, it's here for you. That's what I like to say to all the fine people in the live stream experience. If it's here for you, it is here for you, which means I'm here for you. And if I'm here for you, that means you're here for me. Yeah, I know, right? Anyways, when I left the party last night, I had a mindset, and I said to myself, I want a cheeseburger. I didn't necessarily leave the party feeling like I had any real connection with anyone that I was necessarily going to pursue romantically, especially since there was just the complications of, meeting a whole bunch of different people from different age groups, it felt like. But I didn't really necessarily feel like, oh yeah, that girl. There was a lot of really great people I met that I was like, yeah, these people are great people. Not necessarily head over heels or in a thought with anyone, which is kind of nice to not walk away from a party without that type of mindset, with meeting someone that I was like, oh, I can't stop thinking about them. That is something that I definitely would experience a lot more when I was younger, when I used to go to parties when I was in my 20s. And as I'm in my 30s, it's kind of like, was there anyone that was worth talking to that it will be fun to talk to after? And yes, that did happen. So I still felt really positive. So when I was leaving, I wasn't leaving necessarily being like, oh man, I didn't get any girl's number. No, that didn't leave like that. I didn't leave feeling like that, but I did leave feeling kind of like how am I going to make myself feel like this was a night out for me? And what I decided to do was, I was leaving the party and it was pretty late. So I was like, what's 24 hours? I deserve a hamburger. And for some reason, I decided to go to Carl's Jr., which I haven't gone to in a while, but I went there. Last time I went to Carl's Jr., I did an honest review here on YouTube for you to be able to rewatch. If you want to rewatch that live stream, you can. It happened about 3 months ago, so you got to go back pretty far. But if you want to watch me eat Carl's Jr., you can watch me eat Carl's Jr. here live on YouTube, but it would technically not be live. It would be a rewatch, but it did happen live. But I ate this food from Carl's Jr. I got myself some cookies, I got myself a good hamburger, and I sat in my car and listened to some good tunes while eating a burger. And I don't know what exactly happened in my stomach, but I got pretty sick. I knew it pretty instantly. I was going home and I was going to set up my Discord server to watch some things and to talk to some people and to go online, and that did not happen. No, it did not. So there was me sending some messages to get like Sarah on board, because everyone knows that Sarah Sarita Bonita the Citalita is basically like the HR person. So I gotta like put a lot of things through her first before I end up doing stuff, and uh, there was a couple of messages that went her way, and then I honestly like I couldn't do like sitting up and being active, and for about like a couple hours I tried to get more water in my system. When I eat something and don't feel good, I feel like drinking water is the best way to kind of start to resolve it. But I don't know if that made it worse, but it did kind of feel like it was helping. So I just kind of let that be what it was, which was this is going to be the approach. No Pepto Bismol. I don't want to take any Tums. I don't want to do anything like that. I'm just going to try to drink it out and just kind of lay down and make sure not to lay down in a position that'll basically cause more problems. I got up and, I needed to like burp a couple of times, and I felt like that really helped. And I don't need to throw up anymore, but it did feel like I did need to throw up. And then I threw up. Yes. It happened regardless. I tried to delay it, and the thing is, if I just let it happen way earlier, it probably would have saved me an entire day of dealing with it afterwards. If I let it happen when it was initially my body was kind of saying, hey, this needs to happen, I just don't like throwing up, and I think it's not good. But I do realize that my body sometimes is going to be like, hey, we just don't want to deal with this, so we're just going to regurgitate it completely, and then we aren't going to have to deal with it. Now, I'm not always trusting my body when my body tells me to do something, but I did understand my body gave me the opportunity to get rid of it way earlier, and I didn't let it happen. Where I was like, ooh, gosh, I kind of feel it. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just drink a bunch of stuff to kind of like, if I didn't drink a bunch of stuff, my body would have just kind of been like, bleh. And I know I could have had a better night's sleep, maybe, but this was what I decided to do. So I was fighting it. And I made sure to get outside because I've thrown up a couple of times in the bathroom, but it's like it doesn't really like feel. It didn't feel like it was the right place to go for this throw up. This throw up felt a lot more like all over the place, like a lot of like a big moment, like a big a big movement was necessary, and that means that it probably all wouldn't have ended up in the toilet. So I went outside. So I threw up on the side of the house. I cleaned it up, don't worry. But there's a story I have where one time I threw up on the side of a Cracker Barrel. It's not that long of a story, but I was throwing up. So there's this window. Everyone could see me. And I just like was throwing up in the rocks, and it was pretty obvious I was throwing up, but I just really needed to throw up for a little while. And reasons for, let's not get into, but those people that were eating their meals at Cracker Barrel, I do feel bad. That was not necessarily the best thing for me to do, nor was it the best spot, but honestly, that window placement was their fault. I didn't put that window there. They put that window there. It kind of is like one of those things where you felt like you were going into an alley, and then you weren't in an alley. There was just a bunch of rocks, and then there was a wall. And a bunch of rocks, wall, you'd think it'd be fine, but then you look to the right, and then there's a window, a very big window. But the rocks and the wall gave you this sense of security, especially as you started walking down this corridor. So I thought I was being like a really good, like I was like, I have it together. I know I need to throw up. I just need to walk away and just throw it up really quick. And I just like needed to throw up, and there was no like clear path to a bathroom or anything like that. This was the best option, and I saw the alley, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I kept my cool. I was able to get there. I was like, okay, great. And then I threw up, and then I looked to my right, and there's a family eating dinner. It's a Cracker Barrel, but hey, I bet you that meal was real good. Lemon water was ginger. Yeah, but your lemon water came later. Sarah, you didn't bring me lemon water until like later on that day. Why are you you're really liking the cowboy? Oh, thanks for saying you're liking the cowboy outfit. It is nice to be dressed up with you guys. I've never been. Danita's never been where? Last time I went to a Carl's Jr., I got sick. This last time I went to the Carl's Jr., I did get really sick. And it's unfortunate because I want to be like, hey, I'm promoting Carl's Jr. Hey, look, we're in a battle. It's Mr. Judd. Do give him some
What's
love.
up, bro?
What's up with you, Mr. Judd? It's nice to have you here. If you're watching here on YouTube or on Twitch, you can hear him. Hey, it's nice to see you. Nice to have you in here. It's nice to be battling with you again. Thanks for inviting me in. Anyways, we've got peeps in the room. Do feel free to be part of it. You can ask me questions. You can ask... you can go over there and talk to Mr. Judd if you want to. He's one of our regular battlers. It is nice to do it with the people that come back on a regular basis. Baby face, you say? Well, I'm a cowboy in this live stream, so if you can help this cowboy who happens to be a sheriff win the live stream experience battle, it would be greatly appreciated. Here on TikTok and YouTube and Twitch, I'm doing what I can, and if you're watching on TikTok, it makes a little more sense with the battle, where you can tap on that screen, you can help me out by contributing to a battle that lasts for 4 more minutes, but if you're watching here on YouTube or even here on Twitch, you can't necessarily see the battle, but you do know it's happening because, hey, I'm letting you know about it. That's right. I'm informing you. I'm telling you about it. I wish I could give you some visual aid. But I could, but I'm not going to. But it is here happening here on TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch. Be in it if you want to be in it. He's losing. Is he now? Is he? Well, it's nice to have people always here being part of it. I don't know what you're looking for when it comes to content, but if you're looking for a battle experience and you want to help me win, you can help me. You can be part of it if you've been scrolling and you just came across this cowboy, which is a sheriff with a really, really, really passionate feeling to be a winner. I want to be a winner. As a sheriff, I deserve it. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I can give the yeehaws and the flexing if that helps. If you guys need to see the flexing, does that help with the gifts? Are people going to give me more gifts because I'm flexing? Because hopefully they are, because I'm doing what I can to create that place. And look, I'll make it look bigger if that helps too. Eh? Doesn't that help? Yeah, and you can still see that I'm sheriff too at the same time. The sheriff's here and the muscle's right there for you. Yeah, I do what I can creating the space. That vein looks like that's not necessarily good, but then again, I mean, seeing your veins is fine, right? But hey, sometimes it makes me feel a little bit like, hey, are my veins okay? Anyways, thanks for the roses. Thanks for being here, Danita. Thanks for being here, Nana. It's nice to have you in the room. Yeah, it is great to have you guys gifting and being part of it. Let's see if we can make it happen. We still got 3 minutes left in this battle. If you can help me out, I'd really appreciate it. If you're not here to help me out, that's okay. If you're just here to watch me, that's good too. It's here as in a place and space of the internet for you to be able to engage and interact. It's nice to have you. I like the Subway because I can actually watch them prepare your food. Al, I totally get that. When it comes to people making food, it is nice to see it being made, but also, where are those ingredients coming from? Sometimes that sketches me out. I miss Subway, though. Subway used to be so delicious. A shout out to Jersey Mike's, which isn't paying me to give them a shout out, but I'm doing it anyways, because honestly, it's fun to watch them make sandwiches, too. And that is, the feeling I used to get when I went to Subway, but now Jersey Mike's gets that instead of me getting it from Subway. Ben, releasing the intrusive thoughts release intrusive thoughts, you say. Intrusive thoughts? Intrusive thoughts? If I just repeat things, it makes it more exciting. Is that how that works too? Anyways, I do what I can to create the place and space. The live stream experience is wrapping up, but we are still in the middle of a battle. Here on TikTok, you can tap on that screen. You can help me out with being a winner here in a battle that is fun to do when I can. And we're here on TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch, but the live stream experience is a place and space that has it for you. Release those doors. Oh, you talking about this? Or are you talking about that? Which are you talking about? Are you talking about this one? Or are you talking about that one? Yeah, I know, right? It's here and it's happening, and we're doing the flexing, and it's a place and space of the internet where you can be in it if you want to be in it. One person asked me if I was strong last night when I was at the party, and it was this girl who was like, are you strong? And I was like, I don't know how to answer that. Do you want to just feel for yourself? And I flexed and let her feel my muscle. And she was like, yeah, you're strong. You're strong. And honestly, that's the first time anyone's ever asked me if I'm strong. I've never really been asked that before. Where it felt like they were really asking me if I'm strong. Said with Melody, I know Jut's here. It's nice to have you here. Can you help me? It flagged my comment. No, it flagged your comment. What did you say? I hope you didn't say anything bad, Celeste. Benjamin Riz indeed. Rizzed her up. Yeah, I did see her blush after. It was really funny. I laughed a little bit because I was like, you asked how strong I was. I don't think you expected me to be like, well, just feel for yourself. Am I strong? Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do that to pretty much anybody else. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's not like, you're being given the chance to just touch me endlessly. It's just like, give it a squeeze, and like one squeeze, not like hold it forever. She gave it a good squeeze and was like, oh, okay. My hand's so much bigger though. Oh, 8 seconds left. That's right. If you want to contribute to the win, you can contribute to my live stream experience here on TikTok, where we're gonna win the battle. Yes, we won the battle. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for making it a one. We won together. We made it happen. Thanks for being here, Mr. Jutt. I'll see you next time, Mr. Jutt. Have a good rest of the night. I'll see you when I see you again. Take care of yourself, man. Next time. All right. It's nice to see him. Honestly, he's been a hard worker at growing his account, and he had to restart, and now he's doing good again. And it does seem like all of us have a hard time trying to like grow on the internet. It seems from time to time. Consistency isn't necessarily the best. Oh, thanks for the heart me. I do appreciate that. And being part of the fan club is always nice to see. Sid with Melody. It's nice to have you in the room, giving the love, giving the shares, giving the whatnot. Nah, see this? Got a arm wrestle to settle the score. What? You want to arm wrestle with me? Simply bench press her. Pick them up next time. Oh, I could pick them up. I don't like doing that though. In order for you to pick someone up, the best place to pick them up is by their waist, and that feels like a very no-no place to grab someone. I know I'm a proper guy in some ways. I don't necessarily like grabbing people by their waist. I don't think hugging people and touching their waist is appropriate either, including my waist. Who are you to touch my waist? Do I know you? And vice versa. But also it's because women have that curves, and I just kind of like respect the waist, because the waist is actually like, if I was in a relationship and I found out some guy was constantly hugging my wife, touching her waist, I would have like a you could touch above the waist. Shoulders, I mean, they're there for a reason, and most of the time women are short. So when you take the time to grab them by the waist, you kind of have to reach for that. So it's like, why are you reaching for that? Unless like it's a comfortable hug that is almost like same height hugs, that doesn't really count. That doesn't count. No, because it just doesn't feel the same way. But if you're reaching down to like make sure to like hold them by their waist, it seems like that's an effort. That's an effort you're making. And if you're like, I'm a really good hugger, it's just how I hug. I ain't hugging my woman that way. That's for sure. And that's documented here. So if there's an AI trying to analyze how to like behave as me, well, you would be strongly against your significant other being grabbed or being hugged by the waist. By pretty much anyone. Except their parents and family. And friends, I guess. Nah. Kind of applies. Constant is key. If you have a constant for it, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Celeste, I hear you. I don't think it's okay. But I do see that you're saying if like people have the constant for grabbing, I just don't think it's okay. But I do see that if someone was like, that's the way they were taught to hug. Consent, not constant. Oh, if you have their consent to grab their waist, do you really think that like, well, I mean, we were talking about like my future wife. I hope my future wife is not giving consent to not random guys, or just guys in general that they're not. It's just like, I wouldn't want to see it. So it's like, why would you do that? You knew it would bother me, so I don't mind you hugging guys. I just don't want the whole like waist grabbing thing. I guess I have a mind. It's going places. You see someone's waist being grabbed, you're thinking to yourself, man, that reminds me of Chicago with Renee Zellweger and Catherine Zeta-Jones. And I know what you're thinking. How does it get there? Well, I mean, honestly, for some reason, this whole thing comes from that movie. But it's never said in that movie, and I've rewatched the movie since. There's never a situation where anyone's like, "Don't grab me by the waist," like, or like, it's proper to hug someone a waist above. That's not from that movie, but for some reason, that's the movie that comes to mind. If this future wife is being picked up by you, what? Yeah, no people know that they're doing. I can pick up my future wife. Sometimes you ramble like we're in a waiting room. Well, that's because I'm always in a waiting room. I'm waiting for that special someone to come into my life. Yeah, that's right. If you were to ask me how I feel I am in this part of my life, it feels like a purgatory type of feeling, but not really purgatory. It feels like I'm in a waiting room for the next section of my life. As in, like, I'm at the end of one chapter of my life, but I'm still in the waiting room for the next chapter to begin. But there's also a lot of books here to read and a lot of side quests. I guess it's a video game, but that is my life for you. It does kind of feel like I'm to hell. What? A waiting room to hell? Wow, man, you should have said that earlier. I didn't realize you felt that way. Do guests SP we can discuss? Oh, on guest night we can discuss. Is that what you're saying, Celeste? Anyways, we've been live streaming for 123 minutes here on YouTube. We're going to stop the live stream experience in just a moment, but I'm going to stop the live streams here on TikTok. On TikTok and on Twitch a little bit after that. So if you want to continue to watch my live stream, it'll be more of a PG-13 experience on the TikTok and Twitch. But here on YouTube, that I always do try my best to keep it PG, it's coming to an end. That's right, it's coming to an end here on the YouTube experience, where we got to thank those moderators and also give a shout out to the viewers that are here in the room on a daily basis. I do appreciate you for coming in and being part of it. It is what it is, and it is here for you if you're here for it. It's a live stream experience that's moderated by great peeps here on the web. We've got moderators like Brandon, Liz, Gabby, Peaceful Kevin, Sarita Bonita, Danita Bonita, Juliet, Miranda, Rosanna, Noah, Leo, Dougie, Lauren, Natalia, Jam, Ray the Gatekeeper, Kajal, that Fox's Italita, are all showing up when they can. They're not all here at the same time, but they show up when they can, and they show up in the spaces and places that are appropriate for them to also be conversing in as well. So let's all make it appropriate, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and they really do a great job. So I really like them, and I really hope you like them too and show them appreciation. Follow me on my TikTok, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Instagram, and join the Discord server to be part of the conversation and part of the community outside of the live stream experience. That's right, the people that are talking in this live stream, they could be on my Discord server. Some of them might be, some of them might not be. Regardless, it's fun to check it out and to see what's going on over there on a daily basis, because I do interact over there and you can too. So thanks for being here and being part of it, but be in the experience that I'm trying to create, which is a community here online for you to be able to hang out and interact with me, and come back for it if you really want to. Be a subscriber here on YouTube and check me out next time. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you when I sees you again. Toodaloo for now, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you come in and sweep on into my live stream, it'd be nice to see you come back. Bye-bye. Ta-ta now.